Hey, how we doing? Oh, all right. I'll make sure microphone is working. Check, check, 1, 2. Seems so. That's working. All right. Chris, picked out the Bruce Mini clone. Nice kit turnout. Glad to hear it, man. I really like mine. I haven't done much more printing with it yet, but I do need to do that sometime soon. Whoop. Got it. Oh, man, tonight is going to be interesting. Igor, what's up? Going to clean up a few things here real quick. I'm doing today's stream via StreamYard because I do have Steven going to be coming on to help me with the firmware. And if anybody else who's going to behave themselves is familiar with RepRap Firmware, please let me know. I'm happy to add you guys to the stream so I can try to learn this. He and I did work last night for a little while, and we did get it booted. We got the firmware updated to a more recent version than what it was before, but we still need to do some tuning. And that's what we're going to try and do tonight. So I think I'm going to go ahead and flip this around so that you guys can more easily see what's going on. Just this here. There he is.
What's up, man?
Brother, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right.
I'm rushing to get home, man. Traffic.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So that firmware worked okay last night, huh?
Yeah, so I was just telling everybody, went ahead, worked with you last night a little bit, about, I guess what, half hour, 45 minutes. And we got the firmware updated at least. Let's get this powered up like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do share screen. We're going to do this one, share. There we go. So
No, it looks
this
right.
is 2.0.1. Wi-Fi is 1.21 and web interface 1.22.3. That was the most recent ones that you sent me via this GitHub right here.
Yeah. Let me take a look here. So there's more recent firmware than that. I just figured that was probably the easiest to get to. I mean, you can go even higher. I think 204 is the most recent, but
for version 2. But that shouldn't change any of the G code, right?
No, really, the only thing I think from 201 to 204 is the using the Duet magnetic filament sensor. So, which yeah, which you don't have. Yeah, and frankly, even if you had one, you'd just throw it away. It doesn't work. So
that's good to know. So the main thing we're having right now is I can show you here. I don't know if I can
we got to figure out that the probe.
Yeah, so if I go ahead and do home at X and Y works fine, and that's going to go to the middle, and it's going to give me that error. Moves up a smidge and says, okay, Z probe already triggered at the start of probing move. Error Z probe already triggered at the start. Oh, it says it twice. Homing failed. And there's the errors down here at the bottom.
So is it one that has a light on it?
Yes. So if I put my cleaner on it, it does engage.
So it shuts off the light?
The light turns on when it detects.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I did verify that and at the right. So I'm using this right here. The Duet Wi-Fi Ethernet version, whatever, which is this one. And I'm hooked up to the 4th pin here. And that is where I'm hooked up on here. If I verify, because the LCD screens are next to it, it's the closest pin there. I'm hooked up to that pin.
And then in your config file, you got on your M558, it's what?
We should be. I believe the last time we tried was P5 or we tried P8 was the last one. So right now we tried P8. Here it is right here.
And did you try P9 yet?
No.
So, yeah, this is tricky because normally what would happen is once that sensor works, and then you got to go through the sequence of setting your Z offset.
Yeah.
Which is a whole process that you get really familiar with. But most of the Duet I've done is on either has the strain gauge or it has the BL Touch.
Yeah, I mean I do have BL Touch, but I prefer the inductive probes personally.
Yeah, I do too. They're faster for sure. So now let's try to home it and see what it does. Is there an adjustment on the sensor?
No. Yeah, it failed.
So can you, without it being homed, will it let you move the Z-axis down?
Yeah.
So
minus 50.
Okay. Now once it's down, try to home it. Because sometimes what happens if the probe's too close to the bed when it first tries to home. Oh wait, I should have had you do something else. Sorry. It's probably going to do it again, but yeah. So the bed stayed down though.
Well, so the bed it moves up like I don't know, 5 or 10.
Yeah.
It moved 20 because I did negative 50. It moved 20 from where it was and then stopped and failed out.
So let's do two things. Let's go back into your config G because I think it needs to be P5 based on what I read, right?
All right. Yeah,
that's what you read too, right? P5.
Yeah, Alexi's saying go for header pin 3. At least it works with no touch. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Config.g.
Oh, they're talking about doing it through the expansion header. Yeah, I mean that's another way. But so if we change this, don't restart it though. When it asks you to restart, just wait it. Change that to P5 and then save it, and then don't restart. Don't hit no, and then go to home. Go to your home all settings.
Okay.
Oh no, in your system files.
Oh,
you can go down. There's a separate file for home all, home Z, home Y. If you scroll down right there.
So home all.
Yeah, so you see how there's a home. So you can set the behavior for each thing for home Y, home X, home all, and see the G1 Z5. So if that is not far enough for the sensor to reset itself. When it first starts, when the G28 first starts, the probe's already too close to the bed. So when it starts that, it's already going, oh, I'm already triggered. And it'll go through the sequence and then come back and it'll, like even a BL Touch will start flashing. So what I would do, let me look at my, hold on, let me turn my printer on real quick. But I think what you need to do there is to have it go like Z20, like go Z20, and that way the first thing it does is it moves the bed all the way down and gets it out of the way. Oh wait, no, those are, wait, what is that? I was thinking up top there.
Sorry, I thought you meant that one.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So we're going to go up here.
Yeah, so right where it says G1 second line, yeah, take that to Z20.
That one, okay.
And then now click Save Changes. I'm going to check this against mine really quick. Let me get mine booted up here.
Let me just try to do home Z now.
Well, restart it first, and then instead of restarting it, just once you get that fault, the only way to clear the best way to clear it is to shut the machine off at the power switch. Right. There is a clear. There's a G code you can use to clear it, but no.
Yeah, Z probe already triggered.
Okay. Well,
I also did try to see if it was inverted because I went ahead and held my spatula under the probe and tried it, and it still didn't like it.
So even with the bed rising, you put something under there and it still did that?
Yeah.
Really?
So it seems like it's just not. I mean, I'm using a standard DuPont connector on it. Like I'm almost worried that like maybe my connection is bad.
One thing I know that they need to be shielded because it gets a lot of noise in them, but I don't think that's the issue. The only inductive sensor outside of a Pinda I've ever used is the TH3D one. And so that's why I was wondering the guy, Project R3D with his data list, you could copy his M558 because it's probably the same thing or similar to it for the TH3D
Well,
one.
it is a capacitive sensor.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Come on.
Jim, sorry, I'm just reading what you're saying up there. It's not inverting the probe logic. We tried that. I mean, I can try it again here, see if it does anything. So in the config.g, it needs to be like what, a lowercase L1, right? Or is it pipe 1? Greg said I would like Clipper. No, not going that route. Definitely don't want to go that route. And Stefan just dropped out. There he is.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
That happens.
In order to invert, just so we can try it out, is this a pipe 1 or an L1?
Well, how would you invert it though? Because it's really, I mean, really you only got one signal wire going to the Z probe in, right?
Yeah, but it's just inverting the logic.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, I guess.
But is this an L1 or a pipe 1? I think it's an L1.
Well, here we go to that G code thing I was showing you. So it is an I1. So you could try what I0.
What's it called? M558?
Yeah, so it's in the, well, you got to do it in the config.g. Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking at
the
thing here.
I just go Control F right there or whatever system, and then you just type in M558 and it'll pull it right up. Yep. This thing's a lifesaver, so keep hitting enter until it's, there you go. So that's an I. So invert I1 or do not invert I0. I didn't notice which one it was.
Anything before, so well, I guess it is. It's I0 right now, so she's at I1.
Right.
And then save.
Certainly worth trying, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then should I reboot? Yeah.
Yeah. You got good Wi-Fi in there, man. It comes right back up pretty fast. That's amazing.
Well, I mean, the printer's here. My Wi-Fi router is right up there. So
yeah, that's good. When I restart mine, it drops my Wi-Fi signal to my computer for some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, that's not good.
What did it do?
It tried to go up 20 for the. I think that worked.
Did it? Oh, it did. It homed it. It homed everything but Z, it said. But that's because it was probably home before it started moving.
Yeah. Well, now it's moving it down.
Yeah, like move the bed down out of its way and
well,
then
it's moving by itself, but it's not stopping.
The bed is?
The bed's not stopping.
Is it going to crash?
It will eventually, yeah.
But you didn't get the error.
So now it's just moving in the opposite direction.
The bed is? Or the what?
Homing it is.
Yeah.
It's now homing the opposite direction.
Okay, so now go into home all. Because so that wasn't even the sensor. We don't even know about that yet, right?
Well, the sensor's still not, because even when it was going down, I tried triggering it with my spatula and the bed never stopped.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's not good then.
So we're still not getting, so we were right before. So let me go back to the other one. It should be I0 to not invert it. It's not the direction, Aaron, because the direction works just fine if I tell it to move.
Well, like if you could have stopped it with your spatula, we could have reversed the Z motors and went that route. But
yeah, but it didn't do it. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna turn this off for. Actually, save this real quick. Let me save this. No, let me turn it off. I'm gonna take this out of its housing and just bare connect it to the thing.
yeah, it could be that it's not got a good signal there. I mean, that is possible.
Yeah.
And you're sure you're on the right pin, right?
I'm on the fourth one, or the first one on the left.
First one on the left.
Which per that document on the RepRap website, that's what it's supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Just do that. See what happens here. Wi-Fi started. Wi-Fi connected. Okay. Let's do home.
No.
Yeah, it failed.
Well, let's do some research here. So let's see, Duet.
Well, it's because I told it to move up. So that's the one thing I do need to change that in the home all is I need to do this as
Negative.
Negative 20.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go down from wherever it is right now. So thank you, Aaron, for catching that. So that is, it moved up, which is what it should have done, but I wanted to move down. So that was a home all issue. So save that. Yeah, but even so, it's not triggering.
Yeah, I mean, that is the issue. The issue is the sensors doesn't look like it's triggering to the board for whatever reason.
And I know it's a good sensor because it was working with the SKR board. It was working just fine. In the case of RRF3, the pipe has been inverted, replaced to a bang. Oh, okay, that's fine. Now, and like I said, that is the normally open, what I have. Then there's a normally open inductive or capacitive sensor, which is connect the sensor to the Duet ground and the positive to a suitable voltage, which is fine. And then mode 5, again, that's what we're doing. And the version I have is 6 to 36 volts. So I know it's not a voltage issue.
Capital I0. Let me see. M. So open the console on it and send a M119. That'll tell you the status of the sensor.
So G-code console?
Yep. And then just type in M119.
M119.
Okay.
Not stop, at min stop. So Z is already currently triggered.
So I think if you go to, I'm a little unfamiliar with this web browser, but I think if you go to settings, you can see if and then machine properties, you should be able to see in stop. Yeah, see that in stop bit. So if you go if you go over with your finger and you click on the Y or the X, you'll see that change to yes.
Yeah.
This will tell us if it's getting a good signal to the board or not. So yeah, there you see that. So on your Z stop now, trigger it with a piece of metal, and let's see if that changes. We need to get that to say no.
It is not. So light is on, and it's not changing.
So that's the issue right there. So if that were,
double check the pins, like. I'm wondering if this is the wrong pin to be connected to, even though it's what it says. I'm wondering if it is incorrect.
Yeah, let me look. That's probably
so these ones on here. It says, oh, I can't really read that there.
Well, and it's not the only place you can hook it up, I believe. You can also hook it up to, let's see.
To Wi-Fi pins.
You said it's a capacitive, right?
It is inductive.
Inductive.
So there's the Z probe in, ground, Z probe mod, and a 3-volt on that Z probe deal right here. So I wonder if I hook it up to Z probe mod, if that does anything. But I don't know where to, like, where is like the pins section of RepRap firmware? Because you know what I mean. Like you can go in Marlin and change the pin for a particular thing. Ryan, I do not have the optocoupler connected. It is off.
I'm trying to see. So you have that in Z probe in.
Yeah. The signal wire.
Z probe mod. I'm nervous to tell you to move wires around on these because I actually popped a board by doing that. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah, so this is a 1.04 is the version of this board.
So there's a resistor, connect one end to the other resistor. So this guy, I found this article. He had the exact same issue. And you have it set up as I1 or I0, which one?
It's I0 now because the bed was going the wrong direction when I homed it.
That shouldn't change your bed. That shouldn't change the direction of the bed, though. We should try that again because that should not do that.
It did.
It shouldn't though. So let's try this.
Either way, we still got to fix the end stop hit here.
So let's try changing that to change it to what is it, I1, and then see if that changes from a yes to a no. Because that shouldn't have made your bed go the opposite direction. Yep. I'm pretty certain.
One save. Boot.
And you're right though. So we should be able to trigger that sensor. Like when I had the TH3D one, I could just touch it and I could see that go yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So now it says no.
And it's not triggering at all.
Yeah. Are you sure? How sure are you that you got proper power and ground going to it?
I mean, it's hooked up directly to the power supply and the light comes on.
It's 24 volt?
Yeah, 24 volts.
It's acting like there's no power to it almost.
Yeah, but the light comes on.
Yeah. I wonder if you could test that Z pin N wire and see if you're getting any kind of like resistance or signal or ohms or whatever.
Do that.
I don't know. But you know, see if it's actually making the signal through the wire or not, or check the wire for continuity maybe from the sensor to the end of it.
There's no way to do that because the sensor it's closed at the top.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like there's no.
Well, this is the test though. This is like when Duet, they suggest like you open this up and then you should be able to trigger that pretty easily.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, this screen right here, you should be able. This screen is designed to allow you to trigger the in stops and the Z probe to make sure that everything's working properly before you test it.
Okay.
So,
And it does say digital switch 5, so that is showing correctly. Trigger value 500, current value 0. I don't know what that means.
So what that'll do is when you put a piece of metal, you'll see that current value will change. It'll go from 0 to 500, and there's some variable in between usually. Yeah. Something's goofy with the sensor, I think.
Signal pin should have voltage when
triggered.
Yeah. And then Aaron's saying, does it need a pull-up resistor enabled?
Yeah, and so that is one thing it suggests for certain sensors like that, but I don't know. It says you can yeah, put a sensor in it or a resistor in it.
Well, that would be the optocoupler.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I can do. I have the one here that I took off of it because it says that the Duet can directly interface with it. So I can throw this on there instead.
Says you must still connect the pull-down resistor between the in and ground of the Z-probe connector. A 10K ohms is a suitable value. Make sure that you connect the sensor output to the in pin on the Z-probe connector.
Alexi, the light turns on whenever the sensor is triggered. It doesn't turn off. And yes, whenever I go to put right now it's off. I'll put a piece of metal under it. It turns on. Off, on, off, on.
So like this, just what I was telling you about. I know it doesn't matter, but like the wire, your Z probe or your signal wire from the sensor, if you by accident put that on the 3.3 volt that's right next to it, it'll pop the whole board. So be careful of, just moving wires around, I guess is what I'm saying.
Being as careful as I can. We all know how I am. So.
Well, I did that. By accident. I was trying to get something to work, and I started janking wires around, and next thing I know, I had smoke coming out of it. Like that yellow 3.3 volt right there, that'll pop the board.
That I did not do. So.
And let's see, e-stop. BLT and Duet Wi-Fi not working as intended.
The probe's not dead. It still looks like it's triggering. So.
So what happened?
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say so I have a BL Touch on mine, right? So I get the same exact issue. Like if for some reason the pin can't come out all the way, it'll hit the bed, and that's kind of what this is acting like. That's why I thought the bed was too close, because it has to be away from the bed so that it's in a, it's not triggered. Yeah. But what we need to do is figure out how, when you touch it, you see that go from no to yes on the screen. Do you have another sensor by chance or no?
I do.
You don't happen to have one of the TH3D ones, do you?
I don't think anymore, but also it won't fit on here.
Oh.
I'd have to reprint the whole front shroud, and I would lose a bunch of my X because of it.
What other sensor do you have? The same kind?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's a different brand, but it's exactly same sensor.
It'd be interesting to see if we could get that one to trigger, huh?
Yeah, 6 to 36 volts in. It's a 4mm sensing. It's a PNP no, so normally open, which is 5. Per this, it should be still 5. So I need to. I need a minute so I can put a connector on here.
Okay. So this is a BLV, right? BLV?
Yeah, BLV MGN Cube.
Is there a GitHub for it?
There is, yes. I think so, at least. Maybe there isn't. It's his website.
I'll go to It's on Thingiverse, right?
Yeah, it's on Thingiverse.
It is a
I
cool
do
looking
not
printer.
think. Say again?
It is a cool looking printer, though.
I love it. Honestly, I do. I think with all the side panels on now, it looks super slick.
Let's see.
I was also too cheap to build a rail core, so that's why.
From my understanding, these can go pretty much like a rail core, so.
They could, yeah. Plus, they have an all-metal kit now that I don't know if it's in its final version yet, but he's working with a Chinese company to create all of this for him.
Right.
So he worked with them to like curate. This was not all of it, but most of this was a kit that he worked with a company on AliExpress to create for him, and he helped them like source all the parts for it. And then he has two versions. This is the cheaper version, instead of the more expensive one. So I need the blue cable is the signal wire. So I need to trim this down.
Oh, I didn't know they had kits for this. That's cool.
Well, honestly, it's all because of his work. Like,
I have so many parts, man. I could probably build this printer, honestly. Let's see. I'm going to go through his source files here and take a look. See if we can find anything. Ooh-wee, there's a lot of parts for this thing.
oh, the printing is a minute. Yeah.
I was trying to see. Where did you get the Duet files for it?
It's on, if you download the Thingiverse, it's in there.
Oh, it is.
Its firmware is included in there. I found a page that says something about needing a resistor or a diode posted on Discord. All right, hang on. Look what Ryan here said.
It says 404 Thingiverse. You got to love them.
Thingiverse just dead. Just heard a sim yesterday.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. I keep getting the 404 on Thingiverse when I try to download the files. Of course. Oh, Thingiverse.
See, I don't. The more expensive one doesn't come with side panels. It just comes with like legitimate hardware. Like instead of a clone V6, it comes with a genuine. Comes with a genuine. I think it comes with a genuine Duet and a genuine BMG.
Well, what I was excited, hopefully we get this figured out, because the part that I've learned a lot is like the setting up the Z offset is a tricky, but once you get it, there's kind of a special process to it, you know?
Yeah.
So get that far.
All right. I'm going to power it off right now. So we're going to go ahead and put this one on. Same pin.
Oh, he's got it on Prusa printers too. That's good.
Go in there. There we go. Okay. So get this connected to the board. All right. And then get some power. And let's see. Positive is brown. Black is negative. Positive is brown. Black is negative. All right, new probe is hooked up.
Okay. That was quick. And it's the lights coming on?
Yeah, lights on. So now it's not.
Next place you move, you got more space, man.
Dude, I hope. I don't know yet.
Every time I see this, I get claustrophobic.
Tell me about it. I'm wondering if it's burning it out. Now this one doesn't even trigger anymore.
It did though at first?
It did at first, yeah, but then now the light's out. And it's a 6 to 36 volt sensor.
Maybe retry, try. Well, no, that wouldn't make any sense if it's hooked to the power supply. It's hooked to the power supply, right?
Yes, yeah. Power supply's on though. Everything else is booted just fine.
Did you have it off when you did that?
Yes.
Maybe try rebooting it one more time. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, I just did reboot it again. It didn't do it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to pull this off.
Where'd you get that Duet board? Did you buy it as part of the kit or?
No, I bought it separately. This is also again not legit. This is the MKS Duet 2 Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's okay though.
I mean, everyone says it's a great board.
Yeah.
And it was only $50. It was $80 with the 7-inch screen up there.
That's cheap. I bought one from Ziltech once.
You got one from where?
From Ziltech, and it was good.
Oh, okay.
When I popped my first Duet, I got one from Ziltech.
So Ryan was saying something about what's the voltage you need for signal on the Duet. I have no idea what you mean.
Well,
I did, Alexi. I did try rebooting it. That didn't do anything. I'm wondering if, again, because Homeboy here is saying, well, he's using P4.
P4?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we tried P4 last night, but I mean, you can try it again.
We did not try 4.
No.
Let me hook the old one back up.
Selects a switch for bed probing, and it must be connected to the E0 in stop pins. So that ain't gonna work. But you can't. Work? No, because what it's for is like the little the little in stop switches, like you using them for a Z probe, you know.
Oh, okay.
Basically using an in stop. That ain't gonna work.
But what's the other thing we try? I guess again, he said something about needing the resistor, which is an optocoupler.
I mean, we could try. You could try. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to try it. It's a pull down resistor. I don't know anything about those, but
I mean, it's what's required for every other board because it cannot do it like straight up. So, yeah, let me see if I can research that real quick.
I wonder. I'm gonna try to reach out to the guy at Project R3D, and I know he's running, you know, a different sensor but a similar sensor, and see what his M558's at. He's probably a P5 too. Man, those dataless printers look sweet. Good Lord. Let's see.
So, well, that is an absolutely god awful picture. Let's do Duet to Wi-Fi. Optocoupler.
I just had that up. I could have dropped it in the chat, probably.
Oh, it's okay.
So what, do you just put a resistor on the end of the wire or what? I've never done that. See, like the TH3D one I put on there was, you know, they basically just plug right into it.
As it
but
should.
it needed 5 volts, I think, something like that.
Oh, okay. Do I have a 5 volt source? I do not.
Well, the board does have a 5 volt source.
It has a 5 volt output?
It does.
Ew.
Oh, so on the expansion header, it's the first pin on top. So the most upper right pin is a 5 volt pin.
Right next to power.
Yep. So on the expansion header, where like if you had a DuX or whatever, if you go to that, you look at that plug at the top right.
Yeah. Right here. Sorry.
Yep.
Right there.
So, no, down here on the expansion header. See, it says 5 volt red.
Number 1. Okay.
Number 1 pin. So I used that pin to power my sensor and to power my in-stops when I did the Sidewinder Duet install.
Okay.
Because that's the only place on the board that I know of you can pull 5 volt from. I don't know. I don't remember that up there, but maybe it was there.
It's I mean, yeah, it's there.
What do you need 5 volt? You gonna try to hook it to a 5 volt source?
No, because it won't work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a 6 to 36 volt sensor, so 5 volt won't do jack for me.
Right.
I'm wondering though if I can use that 5 volt source for the NeoPixels.
I mean, somewhere it tells you you're worried about how many amps it's gonna pull.
No, because it's only 3 little ones.
Yes, yeah, you absolutely can. I'm pretty sure.
Because it's only these 3 right here. These are the NeoPixel rings.
Right.
And that's all it is. All the rest, all the big LEDs are all hooked up to a separate 12 volt power supply.
Right.
So I can't connect the probe to 5 volts because it won't work. Period. It's a 6 to 36 probe. 5 volts won't even work with it.
Do you have a Penda probe? I've never tried it, but I think the Penda is either 3.3 or 5 volts. I know it's a low voltage one, but you could try to hook a Penda up to it and see what, because that's what on my other printer, that's what I was going to do, was try to put a Penda on it. You wouldn't be able to use a thermistor in it, but
it's fine. I don't care to use it.
So that would be, the Pendas are 3-wire. So you would have basically positive and negative. And so you would hook the negative to the...
Pendas are 5-wire, but I don't know which ones to use.
Oh, the Penda's 5-wire?
Yes.
Oh, I must have been thinking something else. But somewhere in there, those are thermistor.
Pendas are 4-wire.
4-wire, okay. Yeah, and I don't know how they're pinned out either.
This is a Penda 2. And then I have another Penda 2 here as well, a spare. These are both spares for, well, one I bought for the Bear build, which it didn't work out. So I ended up just putting an SKR on it instead, because my motors don't work well with the Prusa firmware.
It'd be cool as hell to use a Penda on there, though.
Would be, but I'm kind of thinking what Aaron's saying. I'm going to rehook up my other one. So I'm going to put this back on to here.
You're going to try a separate source?
I'm going to try it on 12 volts.
That's a good idea.
Just see if maybe it's a 24 volt problem. So
Are you sure you're getting 24? Oh, I guess it's coming from your power supply, right? So
yeah, and everything else is working just fine.
there was a guy on the Duet forums that was hooking up a Pinda to his Duet. I don't remember whatever became of it, but
Just gonna disconnect the LEDs for now.
can I use a Pinda V2? Can I use
Pinda
a Pinda?
V2, you said?
Well, there's a guy. There's a article on here. A guy that says, "Can I use Pinda V2 to connect the E1 in stop?" I assume for a sensor.
So now we're on 12 volt with that there, and does this trigger? Triggers, and it does not change. Oh, but there's a current value though. Hey,
Wait, what?
there's a constant current value on it right now.
Oh yeah, that means it's sensing something. That's
But
good.
it's, well, somewhat, but when I put this on there, it's not really changing.
Yeah, it's not going to be like that's not super. They tell you on the Duet thing that's not super precise. Most of the time, what you see that is going 0 to a whole number like 500, 0 to 500.
Yeah, but we're still not triggering enough though. So where is?
And what did you do? You hooked it to a 12 volt source?
Yes.
Interesting. But keep in mind, it's inverted right now too, right?
Yeah, which it should be.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is there one of these G code things that changed that?
The changes the value?
Yeah.
It'd be under M558 if it was. And I think it does have a. So it has Z probe rate.
Invert, recovery time, travel speed, max number, tolerance. B1 turns off all hears during probing. Obsolete parameters. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Let me see what mine's at. In stops.
I just want to home and see what happens.
No error.
But it's going the wrong way, that's why.
Oh.
And if I trigger it, it doesn't stop.
So one of the nice things about the TH3D is they take away all the wiring issues, and you basically just hook it up to an in stop.
Yeah, and I mean, if I had one of his newer sensors, I'd probably use it, to be honest. But
Yeah.
we only have the old sensors, which are 16 millimeters.
Right.
18 millimeters, they're humongous. Let's change it back to I0. What's R do?
R is R Z probe recovery time after triggering. Default 0 seconds.
All right, well, I'm going to take that off.
Yeah, you can take. Yeah, you can do that.
What's T?
T is travel speed between probe points.
Okay, and then F.
F is the feed rate, the dive speed basically, and then H is the dive height.
Okay, I'll leave that definitely. Save that. Reboot. Yep. Here. So yeah, see, it says end stop hit yes, which is obviously wrong.
It says what?
End stop hit. And now the current value is even higher than it was before.
Oh yeah.
Now it's over the trigger value.
Yeah. Yeah, because on mine I can make it top speeds, Z probe sensor.
So if I did want to use the optocoupler, which, where'd that go? There it is. So if I did want to use this instead, how could I do that?
That's not my expertise.
So I think this is correct, but I do think we need to add this resistor, as someone was saying here somewhere. So mode 5 does enable pull-up resistor. But this guy's using a different probe than I am.
Yeah, but I've seen that on a few. I think that that's probably the only thing that you haven't tried, because it should be working.
And Alexi said that, so let's. So I want to give it 5 volt instead of 12 volt.
I mean, you could try it. That won't hurt anything.
To figure out how to give it that 5 volts, because it doesn't have a connector on it.
Yeah, I just take a little single thing and slid it on there.
Switch to the other 24 volt power supply, because that's what's providing power to the board. Otherwise, I'll have a different ground and I will short it. So I'm using the same ground as the board now. And yeah, I'm going to get down a different connector. I'm almost out of DuPonts, which is why I'm trying not to use them. Although, wait, I got a whole bunch of pins with the thing, so I can do that.
There's a problem nobody has, running out of DuPont connectors. You build too many things.
Well, I mean, it's just, yeah, this is definitely a me problem. How many people have that?
I have DuPonts from like 5 years ago, piles of them. When's your mini going to be here?
It isn't even shipped yet.
Oh, really? It's hard to believe he's selling so many printers that he can't even keep up with it. That's hard to believe.
But it's also, I read the article he put out about they hired their own nurse.
Yeah.
For on-site COVID testing. I was like, what?
Yeah, he was also the first one that came up with infrared body scanning and like what else? The QR codes for their employees, so when they walk through the door, they can automatically take their body temperature. I mean, he did that early on, and now I see it at casinos and airports. Pretty cool. But yeah, you walk like the casinos here. You walk in the casino, it scans your whole body temperature. Yeah.
Verify that the top pin is the 5 volt pin.
Yep. Top right.
Well, no, I'm using a different one than that.
Oh.
I'm using this.
The header up there. Yeah.
5 volt here.
Yeah.
So top one is plus 5 volts. Okay. Let's see if it blows up.
It
didn't yet.
It looks good with that screen in there though.
Oh, dude, that screen is so humongous and awesome.
Yeah.
I do wish it was at an angle though. One gripe I have, but the dude's files for it were kind of iffy. Wait, the end stop hit? No. That's different.
Yeah.
Still no.
And that's where they hook to 5 volts.
Yeah, we're not getting a light because it's a 6 volt sensor.
Right.
To epic fail. Brandon, you shut your face.
So you don't have BL touches on anything?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not a big BL touch fan either, but
Yeah,
I used an IR sensor on the rail core for a little while. That worked really good.
Well, the problem for the IR sensor doesn't fit with the volcano nozzle.
Oh, really?
The volcano hot end. I'd have to redesign the mount for it, and I am too lazy for that. All right. Well, I guess what? You want to try the Pinda?
Might as well. You got.
Because obviously everything we're doing here is not working at all.
We need to find out if it's a 5-volt sensor, though.
Yeah. So Aaron already commented. So it is a 5-volt sensor. Black is signal, blue is ground, brown is 5-volt, and white is unneeded.
Yeah. Which one signal?
Signal is black.
So that would go to the Z probe in?
Yes.
It'd be awesome if that worked, because I'll tell you, that's something that I want my rail core to do the bed leveling like the Prusa does. Because that's
what confuses me. Why is the pinout of this different? Yeah, brown is voltage, black, blue is 5-volt, white thermistor.
I'll tell you what. If that works, I'm going to be putting one on my rail core right away.
B-. Hang on, let me get a magnifying glass here. It says B+.
What does?
I'm just reading the diagram on here. So Aaron said brown is 5 volts. Blue is ground. Oh yeah, blue says 0 volts. Interesting. Just the way they have it labeled on this sensor is kind of goofy, in my opinion. So I have resistors, Alexi, but nothing here tells me what I need. Like, yeah, sorry. Brown is 5 volts. All right, I can give that a 5-volt, so I can stay on that. And then blue is ground. Is there a ground connector there? Be the one right below it, right? Here. Ground is the third one over, and that is blue. So let me redo this pin here. And you said someone said it was P2 for Pinda?
You talking to me?
Yes.
What do you mean P2? Oh, no, let me see. Hold on, sorry. P2. I think it's going to be the same. It's going to be P5. That's for inductive and capacitive sensors.
Okay, well.
Did you hook it up already?
No, I'm getting ready to.
No.
I am in the process of doing so.
Yeah, I love how fast that sensor is. It'd be cool to get that on other printers.
Well, I'm going to have to extend this anyways, so what's the best way to do this? Do I have a male to female that I can steal? Yes, I do. This one here. Okay. So we're going to make that red. Hook this one up to red. Okay. It's jerry-rigged, but it's there. One last check here that brown is 5 volts, and brown is on 5 volt. Yes, it is. Okay.
Big moment.
No smoke. Okay, we're booted, and we say it says 0. If I trigger it, still says no, and I'm not getting any light.
And Aaron said it was a 5 volt sensor, huh? Not a 3.3.
Yeah, it's 5 volt sensor. Block his signal. That's how I have it hooked up that way. So Lexi, you're saying put a 10K on the signal wire.
Alexi, is that something he knows he's done before? Or?
So he's using RepRap Firmware on an SKR.
Yeah, I know that's what the Duet says. It says a 10K pull-up resistor, so that's true.
But whatever. It says using the P5 enables it. That makes me think like there's one already there in the board. You know what I mean?
That I'm not sure of. Let's see.
But either way, this is not lighting up. Five volt and ground and signal. We're not lighting up at all.
Says you don't connect the temperature wires.
So that's a no bueno.
Oh wait, here's a picture of how it was connected to the board. It says in case anybody needs to know, this is how the Pinda's hooked up to the Duet board. Of course, the wires aren't the right color. So he's got the brown. Yeah, there's the wiring on here to hook it up. And it looks to me like he's got it going to 3.3 volts to me.
For the power in?
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot me a link so I can see it.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. All right, I'm going to put it in chat right now. Oops. You got to scroll down a minute, but at the bottom he shows he has 3 wires hooked up from the Pinda.
Yeah.
And how it's hooked up. He's using jumper wires, so the colors are goofy, but yeah, you see that? So the purple wire is going to the brown.
Yeah, but this purple wire, he has it going to the screen.
But it's probably because it's the power source.
Where's that picture at? That's 5 volts.
So he has it going to 5 volt. Do you have a hook?
Going to. But he's using the ground and the Z probe in from right there.
Yep. He says that works though. You can try it.
You can try that. So
I might try that while we're sitting here.
It's at this middle one here. So blue is going to there. All right. So if we turn this off and take out this.
Because the Pinda, you could print like an adapter, right, to put it in there because it's smaller.
I'll have to reprint that part for it, I think.
I mean, just for a quick fix, you could though.
Oh, I'm just gonna trigger it with my hand for now.
Yeah.
If I know that if it finally triggers, then I can figure that out. So brown is still power, right?
Brown is, yes.
Okay.
Let me double check it. So brown is going to, yes, going to 5 volts. And then he's got the black wire.
Try your 5-volt this time. That you said that's the top right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the ground is right next to the probe in. Ground, yep. Okay. Well, let's see if we blow it up. We do get a the lights on now.
Nice. So I think on the pin to the light's on all the time, right? And it shuts off when it gets triggered?
Yes. So let's see what it says right now. End stop is no. And then if I trigger it,
Yes.
it says yes.
It worked. Look at that, 1,000 current value. That's perfect.
Right. That's
Wow.
better.
Can you come in? Hey, will you do me a favor? Will you get me like one of these? Will you give me some of those peanut butter pretzel things?
It's better.
Yes. I love you.
So
Well, that's exciting.
that is exciting.
And then we're gonna get the fun part of like configuring it, and that's gonna be fun.
Well, yeah. So that's also going to probably be a problem because.
But Shane, what about printing or doing some kind of like adapter to close the hole up smaller so that you can at least put it in there for now?
I mean, I'm probably going to end up like taping it just so you can like show me the process.
Yeah.
Because I have to completely model this differently because I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. How do we make it me? There we go. So this is so much shorter than my other probe. It barely even will go in the hole.
I can't see it. Your head's in the.
Oh, it's going to be.
Oh, I see. I see.
Let me see if I can add my other camera here. Can I? No, cancel that. I change this to this.
No.
Hang on a second.
There you go.
So if we.
Oh my God.
So look how much smaller that is. Like I have to totally redesign this part for it to make that going.
Yeah.
That's going to be a little brutal, I think.
I know. I'm sitting there trying to think how you could like Jimmy rig it, but
why doesn't an inductive probe work on this?
it is interesting. I don't know.
Although I do, you know what? I want to try one last thing here.
Well, at least you know this works.
Huh?
At least you know it works.
Yeah. But here's what I want to do. I'm going to use the ground. That's the one difference we're doing here. I'm using the ground that is with the Z probe.
Yep.
So I want to take this off. Okay. And I want to get this guy and this guy here. All right, let me put new headers on those real quick. Take just a minute here. And I need a 4-pin to fit on there. Okay. I do like how this board came with all the pins and connectors and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they usually do.
Kind of sweet.
Actually, once I learned how to crimp all those the Duet plugs, I kind of enjoy doing it now.
I think they're actually better, to be honest. I hate that it's different.
Yeah.
That bugs me to no extent, honestly.
Yeah.
But they do crimp easier.
Did you actually change them all over to the The Duet style plugs?
Well, no. So the motors that come with the kit are already set up for a Duet.
Oh.
So what did I say I was going to do? I'm going to do power. Can I just pull this guy off? Yeah, okay. So I need to change out green, this one here. Yeah, okay. So this one is signal. Crimp this one. There we go. So signal is, come on, that far right, and this goes on this way, means it's this pin here.
Like maybe the board's not grounded real well. Is that possible?
Well, I mean, it's
Or grounded out?
Could be that I'm using a separate ground. That's kind of what had me thinking, is that like I'm using the power supply ground and not the board ground.
Right.
But I'm using the same power supply ground as the board. So I don't know. It's a mystery.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fairly new to these Duets too. I've converted a couple printers now.
Totally new to them.
I've almost thrown the towel in a few times, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I blew that board up, I couldn't believe it. I was so mad at myself.
Oh, I'd have been beside myself.
I was like, that's it. I'm done. Yeah.
We're gonna put the ground with signal. That in there. Okay. So that's going to connect to here like that. Perfect. And then we're going to run power. We're going to go back to 24 volts because it should be fine. Okay. Survey says. Right, so for this to come up here, Aaron, I'll pass. Okay, it says it's there now. So let me hold up. It says it's triggered right now. So let's go system editor, config, I1. Save, reboot. Oh, I accidentally just clicked on Fusion. That's going to launch. Great. Okay, and then, okay, so it's off. Now, if I do this, damn you, doesn't trigger.
Was it? You said it was before or no?
Well, it said it was triggered. You know, it was at 1,000 this time. So at least it was like a solid 1,000.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a pain in the ass, but something about that sensor that board didn't like. There goes. I bet it needs that resistor on it.
Where were you saying to do it, Alexi? On the ground? Just put 10K on the signal wire. So like cut the signal wire and solder in a 10K resistor? Is that what you mean?
You could just twist it in there for now. See if it works.
Oh, I don't know if I have one. I just have, this is my little electronics kit. I don't know if I have a 10K.
I do. I bought a resistor kit for one resistor one time, and I got like 10 million of them now that I'll never use.
Check the. You are super wrong. What do you mean, Aaron? Resistor color code. So this is a 5-band. So brown. And it's black, black, gold, and brown again, looks like. It's just 10 ohms. Okay, not 10K. So that is 10. Oh, I have 10K. Here, it's labeled 10K. Look at that. Okay. So how are you saying I should add this in? Steven?
Oh, I don't. That I don't. I've never done that before. But I was just saying, instead of soldering it, maybe you could just twist it in, you know, in between the wires. I was trying to find the. I have a resistor guide somewhere. I was trying to find it, but I think you found the answer already.
Yeah, I found the answer. I mean, it was also labeled. I just wasn't reading it right. So
It sounds like Alexi knows what he's talking about. So I've seen people talk about this a lot on the Duet forums for trying to get, you know, a sensor.
I'm gonna have to cut and just twist it in mid wire.
That's what I would do.
It's an extension on there anyways, so I'm not always redo it. Yeah, I'm not stripping. That side. That side. We go like this. Like this. I'm so glad no one can see this. This is super jank. Okay. Well, if this runs my board, Alexi, give me a board. Just throwing that out there for you. All right. We are up and running. Says it's not probed. If I hit it, it does not change. So let's change the value in the config. So it changes back to I0. Save. Reboot.
I don't believe that is going to make a big difference because it should trigger, whether it's already triggered or not, it should trigger anyways. But either.
Yeah, it says it's already triggered. Yeah, it's 1,000. Even with the doohickey on there.
I think we're pinned to life, man. Prusa for life.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine. It's really the way to fix everything is to get a Prusa part on there.
360. Here we go. Let's see if we can make a quick edit. So you don't work on the weekends, do you?
No.
So might just need to
just make the part. I'll do. Anytime you wanted me to jump on and help you, I got no problem with that. It's COVID, man.
I do my Saturday night stream, and if I could design this now, MGN Cube, and then I can print it tonight and then have it for tomorrow.
Dude, I'm super interested. This is something that a lot of people ask about. Trust me.
Yeah. So here's the current assembly that I'm using.
You made that?
No, I've edited a bunch of his files.
That's pretty, man, that is pretty neat looking.
But this is this part here. It's just that one. I'm going to have to go to the master file, which is here. Oh, actually, this one. Shoot. Yeah, so his. Aaron, the adapter won't really work because the probe isn't as long as the other one. So like,
right, the mount
there's no threads to like to do it with.
It didn't make sense until you showed me, but yeah, the mount is too high up for the sensor.
Yeah, I have to lower the mount down because it's a volcano.
I mean, I suppose you can make some that threads onto the Pinda and then threads into that, maybe, but that's janky too.
Well, it's not threaded. It's just a round hole. You're supposed to use the lock washers and the nuts on the probe to lock it in place.
Oh, right.
It's not like on a Prusa where you have a screw that goes in to do it. Come the freak on. Get some mail in?
No, it's my See Me CNC junk box. I'm attempting to, well, not attempting, I'm rebuilding the hot end on my printer.
The rail core?
No, the Artemis. It has a copper head on it now, and I'm going to put I got an adapter from 713 Maker that's going to allow me to put a mosquito on there pretty easily, so I'm going to do that. Speaking of which, did Slice ever reach out to you or no? Slice Engineering never reach out to you or no?
Nope.
He should have. He said he was going to.
Where's a BLT one? This is small sensor. I wonder. So what's the size of this? Where'd that go? Where'd the Pinda go? There it is. What size is this sensor? Aaron, if you want to design one, brother, it's all you. All right, so this is an 8mm sensor. But again, so like where I'm going to show you, Aaron, pay attention real quick. So I'm going to change me to this, and then let's go full bore me. I need the sensor to be down here. The threads don't go that far. So that's my issue right there, is that I have to move the entire collar down more so that it is closer to the ground because I'm using the volcano hot end. I need that to be, yeah, lower.
I wonder if it'll be a better sensor, like a more accurate sensor than what you had, though.
And these things are accurate, though. I use them on everything.
Oh, you do?
I literally have like 4 of them in the works right now. So I need to move this down from the bottom of it. I need to go down like 20 millimeters.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could just make it thicker, right? Oh, no, I guess not. No, you have to move it.
Yeah. Got to be at least 20 mil lower. Where am I at? Let's do this. Let me change my camera back. Really don't like StreamYard.
You don't?
Not at all. Back that hole, that is a 8.1 millimeter hole. So this is the one I need right here. And it's not as low as the current one. I don't have 20 mil to lower it. I gotta really redo this entire arm. is from here to here is only 7 millimeters. That's not great.
Be easier if you could delete all those fillets and then
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
you could just plain cut it and drag it down.
Now they'll let me delete them.
Is the file locked?
No. Just sometimes.
Yeah, I know. That's goofy.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You got to find which face you can actually do first. I try deleting this one first. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
I didn't know that.
It's like an order of operations, basically, on which face you can delete first to make it.
I'm pretty decent with it too. I've never. I usually when that happens, I just find another way. Like I plain cut. That's a pretty complex little file he's got going on there, though. I would love to do something like that.
Wait, this one now? Why won't you do what I want you to do?
You could plain cut on that face and probably cut it off.
Yeah, but it's still going to be hard to.
Yeah, you have to trim it up again. But.
Didn't I? I thought I edited it in here. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. But this, it definitely did this one. 12 mil sensor. We go to isolate. Not right either. Probably. Fusion is just not working.
Yeah, fusions can be frustrating for sure.
Control key? What do you mean control key, Aaron?
Yeah, I don't know about no control key.
Control delete. Control delete. Full control, select the faces. Oh, that's what you mean.
Oh, that's like, yeah, it's like you can do the shift key too, I think.
Oh, there we go. And see, Aaron, this is why you need to be around.
Yeah. What did you do?
So I held control and then I clicked multiple faces and then I hit delete.
And that's different than holding the shift key and doing that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if I'm gonna do this, we gotta go 20. Crikey. So we gotta go 20 mil down. And then we gotta figure out how to get this 10. Like, how in the world am I gonna get this to work properly?
I would just move it. I mean, I move it where you need it and then build around it, you know? Yeah, like what?
Yeah, that's where I need it. I need the bottom there, but I need the top to attach up there. Because that's like barely attached.
I'd bring that part back up and like just not the circle where the sensor goes through, but the other part, split it and bring it up.
Do a sketch on here.
Then project it. Just project it. Oh,
I can use that there and then do here.
Yep. I'd bring, yep.
So like that. Okay.
Oh. And then bring that top piece up same way.
Yeah, I gotta straighten this out and get rid of this fillet. This homeboy really liked his fillets.
Yeah, he does.
He designed these parts. Yeah, so just like that. Put a new.
That's not gonna be thick enough, is it?
It is. I mean,
I would bring
that.
Like, I would bring that up like 5 mil, and then fill it.
Well, the problem is I have no idea how I'm going to get this to stay on there because this is too thick. So actually, I need to go backwards. I need to go backwards. I need to be here, and I need to do the sketch on top of this.
Yeah.
There. And I need to extrude this down. So that's 1, 2, 3. How thick is it right now? So right now it is about 5 mil. We'll do 4 mil. There's 4 mil there. That's how I need it to be. But that's still not going to work out well because this is still in the way. So if we go back to this sketch and we need to find a nut for it. Take it off the other probe I have sitting here somewhere. There it is. Dimple, what's up, man? How you doing? So I take it off of this guy. Let's make sure it fits this one. Which it should. It does. Okay. Now, how wide is this guy? 1. So give me my clearance. So this needs to be 14 millimeters for the nut to reach. So I need to make, that's 14.1. It should work then. It should fit. So yeah, but I really don't like the way that looks.
Yeah, you could clean that up though.
Yeah. We're just gonna.
Yeah. That's it. Block it off. I mean, you could bring that other part up as far as you need. Yeah, exactly. Your computer must be a beast, man. Running all the streaming and Fusion like that. Did you lose your audio, Shane? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, my my receiver died. It was getting close. No, this is a Core i9 9800K, 64 gigs of RAM, 1080 Ti.
I use all Mac stuff, so my computer would be smoking by now. They don't have a fan in it.
Oh, that's no bueno.
When it gets under super hot load, you can cook an egg on it.
It's definitely not good. We're just gonna fill it out. This stuff here. Zero. What is that? That's 1 millimeter. This is here. Here as well. 1 millimeter. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to have support on this when I print it. It's not ideal, but it kind of is what it is at this point. All right, so when you get in the M1 Mac?
Huh?
Llama said, when you get in the M1 Mac?
I ordered it today.
He's like, yep, I got it.
No, I am genuinely jealous of you, Llama. My thing is, I bought in 2020 in March. I bought what I thought was a 2020 Mac. It turns out it's a 2019, and
Oh,
well, it was $3,800. You know.
Jesus.
So now I'm like, and it won't update. So I wanna get a new one, and I never take my laptop anywhere with me. So I'm thinking I might do that Mac Mini, or I might do a iMac. But I mean, it's like buying a car, so expensive.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much faster the M1 chip's going to be compared to the whatever you call it. Uh-oh.
No, I'm just changing up some of this here.
I'm trying to make it work. Putting the fillets back.
Yeah, actually, let's just do. There we go. Okay. How do I want to do this here? I don't like fit. Why is that? Okay, that's one face. There we go. What was one problem I was having is that was two faces. Now we can fill it with all things.
Oh, did you combine them?
Yeah, I'm going to do it as one function because then it will behave better than it is right now. Get all the pieces. Yeah, so it does all of it at once, and it combines more of them together so they don't look as crap. I think that's all the edges.
I think that looks pretty good, man.
I mean, I'm going to have to do support. I'm going to have to print it in this orientation upright and have supports underneath the entire bottom of this here.
You could have made it adjustable like a BL Touch mount, like where it slides on there.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
You like my ghetto-fied?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna jump on and give you a hard time about it. Yeah, but you went through the right stuff. You were doing the right thing. I was gonna try to give you a little guidance, but you got it, bro.
I think it looks all right.
Yeah, it'll work for sure.
And now that'll at least give me the ability to use use the nuts on this, and that puts it right about center of where this sensor will sit, roughly.
Yeah, and that's about where you want it. You want to give it as much adjustability up and down as you can, because those pinda probes have a way shorter sense resistance than the bigger ones. That's the downfall of the Pinda is they have like at most 3 millimeters of sense, and I don't think it's even that.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3.
I think it's closer to 2.
So, so I need to go back real quick, and we did actually. I have it saved here, so just want to make sure that I have it noted where. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I was gonna make sure I keep this up so I remember where this dude hooked it up onto. And again, I'm just using the 5-volt from the expansion slot, which is fine. Take this off so I don't fry anything. I'm just There's got to be someone out there running one of these inductive probes on a Duet. There has to be.
I'm guarantee you there is. I don't know.
No one's ever posted about it, I guess.
Most of the people, like I said, most people with these boards are using. I mean, Duet's got some very overly complicated stuff, like the strain gauge. Like the Artemis has a strain gauge, and it works pretty good, but it's a complicated thing, man.
What does that do?
Well, it's in here. So this is the effector. This is the effector plate, and the strain gauge is built right here. There's like a chip.
Oh, okay.
And basically, when the hot end is in it and it taps the bed, it goes ting ting ting. You know,
Yeah.
But it's super reliable and works great. But it's a little finicky to get set up. But yeah.
And you run the Artemis normally?
I have that. I have the rail core and I have Crusoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Bear has yellow on it, so I can print this on the Bear. I might reprint this other front part too, because it looks like I cracked it. So it might be worthwhile to reprint that as well while I'm at it.
Shane, what time's your stream tomorrow?
Same time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want me to jump on. Once you get the sensor mounted, it's going to take 10 minutes. Like, it'd be that easy.
Well, my goal tomorrow, well, number one is grocery shopping. I do need to do grocery shopping tomorrow. But, yeah, I wonder if I print these tonight, then after I do groceries tomorrow, I can come back. I can take apart the whole loom, rewire in, we'll put the new parts on, and then I have to extend all the wires on this because this is way too short. I mean, this only goes, this barely even gets to the back here. So I need to extend all the wires on it to be able to get it all the way down to the board. And then I can call it good there. And then tomorrow night, if you're able to, then you can walk me through how to actually do all of this rest.
Yeah, once we get the Z offset figured out, and then it's a matter of, you know, we can go through building some macros. Because that's really the magic of Duet is the macros. Like,
yeah, there's a ton in there. I mean, I sent you the config, but if you download his the master source file, you'll see all the macros that are already in there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the whole printer it's like the magic of Duet. You know, you can call on certain filament profiles and call on a bunch of different stuff. So,
going back over here, Alexi, yes. So we were able to get the Pinda to work using this layout. Where am I at? Right here. So using the ground and the probe in on the same header, and instead of taking the 5 volts from here, I'm taking the 5 volt from the expansion port. So this port on the far right top, I'm using that 5 volt, and we were able to get it to probe and perfectly fine. It worked just great that way. The only issue is that I need to, we're going to call this X carriage 8mm sensor for this. So the only problem is that I can't use the same mount for the Pinda probe as I was using for the 12mm inductive probe. Excuse me. So I also need to go and reprint this guy right here, this carriage front plate, which I should already have it in there.
I'm seeing a couple things that say some of those sensors will actually work on 5 volts, even though they say 6 to 36.
We did try 5 volts, did not work.
Oh, you did try that? Oh, my bad. Sorry, dude.
Well,
I mean, powering the probe.
I did, but I didn't. Hold up a second. Now that you say that, I did, but I didn't. I did because I tried.
You tried the 5 volt on the header pin for it, right?
Yes. So let's do that right quick here.
That's something you could try it, and it's not going to hurt anything. Like, you're not going to fry anything by giving it 5 volts.
Correct, but I just used a different 5 volts. So let me take
that's fair.
This here.
Oh, you use that 5 volt up at the top, right?
Yeah.
And you know what, Shane? For some reason, on my build, I went through the trouble of tapping into that header, and I can't remember why, but I did not use that. I don't know.
I'm also wondering, maybe you need to enable it.
I think it's a 5-volt in, not a 5-volt out.
So ground is hooked up. Signal. I need to redo signal. Shite. Hang on a second.
I think that thing at the top is a 5-volt in.
No, it's a 5-volt out.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't use it then, because like I used that pin 1 on the expansion header, and I had like everything hooked to it, my in stops, everything.
Like that, and then I'm gonna take this off, and can I ghettoify this? Where'd that other header go? No, not that one. Where'd that other one go that I was using? Here it is. I'm going to use red. I'm going to do it like this. Red's in pin 1. And yeah, this is super jank. Super jank, super jank.
So Alexi was asking if the probe was working. So Alexi, I'm just scrolling back through the comments here. The Pinda did work, but he's got to make a mount for it. He's going to try running the other probe that he's already got. I was reading a few things. It looks like 5 volts may work for powering it. We're going to give it a try since it's there.
I'm going to do it with a different 5-volt source.
Right.
Rebooted?
Right, Alexi didn't light up the LED, but I think he's going to try a different 5-volt source. That one was questionable. Either that or he dropped it.
No, it's not even lighting up with a 5-volt source.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was worth a try.
I mean, yeah, you're definitely right. Actually, no, I'm on the wrong. That's why I'm on the wrong one here. Good thing I didn't try it.
What's up, Carl?
We got Knack here?
Yep.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Mr. Belt Printer.
Hey, Carl, I got my belt printer right here.
Needs a little bit of R&D, though.
Yeah,
right. It's just the start of one.
Yeah, Carl, I'm just trying to get an inductive probe to work on this thing. So it just says that it's triggered. It's not like but even on 5 volts, it's not lighting up.
Carl's a pretty good Duet guy too.
Plugged in right, yeah, but it's not with 5 volts. It's not working at all.
Oh, hey, I'm on the stream. I can yell at you guys for not liking the stream yet without having to type it in. Like the smash button, lick the like button, like the like button, whatever you want to say.
The like button. So yeah, Carl. So what happened is I'm trying to use a standard inductive probe. It's one of, where's the other one that I had? Here it is. It's just a standard inductive probe, 12mm sensor. So I'm trying to use one of these with the Duet. It works just fine with an optocoupler on an SKR, but it does not work at all on the Duet. Never done an inductive probe on. Well, yeah, because inductive won't work with a belt printer, so that's probably why you never used one. You have a cloth bed, basically. So, yeah, it won't work. But, yeah, okay. So, we proved it. 5 volts, even with a different 5-volt power source, still does not work. Easy day. So, yeah, I'm going to need to print out the new parts, wire this sucker up, and go from there, it looks like.
I think once you got it set up, though, you're going to love it.
I hope so. I am a little concerned, though, about the noise of the motors. Just homing, it's loud.
Yeah, the rail cord, dude. The rail cord, super loud.
That's the one thing I'm not regretting, but I'm kind of worried because with the FAR, this thing was near silent.
I mean, what's your voltage and all that stuff set at? Your motor voltage?
I have no idea. Whatever dude set it to. I don't know.
Probably got it set up for speed, so you could, you could probably tweak on that a little bit.
Yeah. So Carl, yes, I did look at the wiki. So we go to here. So per their guide, I should be able to hook the sensor directly up to this via this configuration. So blue on negative, brown on positive, and black connected to the signal. And I did that, and it never triggered. So unless I'm like not doing something right, then I don't know what it's talking about. This right here. Connect the output wire of the sensor cathode of a diode, and the anode of the diode to the Z probe. Oh, maybe that's what I'm missing. What is this? What is this? What is this diode?
Oh, wow.
So it wants me to put this on there to make that work. That's what we're missing, is this diode. To be able to directly
just
hook it
reading
up.
something about needing a diode.
Yeah, it's a 6 to 36 volt sensor. Do I have one of those diodes in my little kit here? This thing comes all kinds of stuff in it. We got capacitors, resistors, thermistor. There's a diode rectifier. That's the same thing. Little out of my wheelhouse here.
Yeah, me too.
Rectifier. What is that?
And I put a link in the StreamYard chat that has some information. It seems pretty good from a guy on doing one of these probes on a Duet. And he talks about the diode in there. Scroll. Yeah, it's that. Let's see.
Yeah. You need a power from a supply of typically 636 volts.
That chunk right there is what you want.
Okay, so you need to power it. Okay. Well, I got that. That's fine. When the sensor is not triggered, the output pin is essentially not connected. When the sensor is triggered, NPN transistor connects. The E0 end stop input for the Duet includes a pull-up resistor, an LED to 3.3 volts. So in principle, you can connect the output of the NPN switch directly to the end stop input. See, this is also talking, Stephen, about the E0 end stop and not the Z one.
Yeah, but you need that. Let's see. E0 end stop. Well, you can configure that for your Z end stop, though.
Right, and I think the reason they're doing that is because that E0 does have a pull-up resistor built onto the bed.
Oh, is that what it said?
I think that's, if I'm interpreting it right, it says the E0 end stop input on the Duet includes a pull-up resistor and LED.
Oh, yeah,
so maybe you want to use that one for the higher volt for that other sensor. I don't know. This may be more than you want to do tonight, but
no, I mean, I'm happy to figure it out because, like, there's no like, hey, this is how you do this, like, quick and easy.
Sure. Yeah,
So
and it's kind of the same way with a lot of like the STR boards, the RAMPS boards. You know, some of the inputs have the availability to enable a pull-up resistor, and some don't. I assume the Duet's going to be a similar way, and that there are going to be some that have a pull-up resistor built in.
Ryan, I don't know if I can use the optocoupler. I couldn't find anything quickly from searching it, but I'm also not digging that deep while I'm live. So, Steven, do you know how to change the E0 to BZ?
I think in your hold on a second. I think in your config.g you can go to map the in stops. Let me look.
Turn this back on so I can see what I'm doing here.
In stops M574. In stop configuration.
M574 X1 Y2 S1. That's what it's set for currently in here.
So Z is the switch position for the Z axis. I don't know how to do that.
So Z is no end stop, but if we change it to end stop, 0 is active low, input 1 is active.
Oh wait, right here it says RepRap Firmware 116 and earlier. It says with E parameter was used to specify whether a Z probe connected to the E0 in stop input produces an active high or active low. In 117 and later, use the I parameter of the M558 command. So if you go M558, there's probably one of those P things that one of the P settings that will let you change it to the E0 in stop. Yep. So P4. So if you go P4, selects a switch for bed probing on the Duet. This must be connected to the E0 in stop pins.
Okay, so it changes to P4.
P4 or P3?
P4.
Where is the E0 end stop?
So it's right there with all the other end stops.
So it's E1 and then E0. And it is the left pin.
It's right here in the middle. Yeah. I assume you found it. But.
So, all right, let me turn this off. I'll change that back in a minute. So E0, this one here. So we've got signal on the far left and then ground, right? So
yeah,
oh no, it's the second. I gotta skip one. It's the.
Hey, Stephen, where are you seeing? I'm the only reason I'm asking because I'm seeing another document that says E3 for or the number that E0 is number 3.
Here, I'll send it to you. Here.
Yeah, I just want to make sure he's grabbing the right pen.
Oh, you're good.
Aaron's seen me try too much electronics.
Yeah, that wiki right there is the Bible for.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, not trying to question you. Just want to make sure it doesn't.
As I told Shane, I'm far from an expert, but I've done a few of these. I've never done this trying to get these inducted. I've never tried to get one of these to work. So
that's fair.
The only one I've ever had working on it is the TH3D one, and it worked. It worked great.
What should I do for power?
What's that?
I should do what, 24 volt for power then?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yep.
All right. So back down to the power supply and put this guy on. I'm going to use the ground from the end stop as well. Just to keep it simple. Okay, that's hooked in. Signal is on the left. Then I skip the 3.3 and then I'm in ground. So signal 3.3 ground. Okay. Let's turn this back on.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to go to config and change it to P4. Yes, the TH3D is an optocoupler.
Right, it's just all set up for you.
Yeah, it's just already wired and done. So we're going to change this from P5 to P4.
I mean, that article he found sounds exactly what you're trying to do, though. So
yeah. It takes a village to raise kids. It takes a village for Shane to build a 3D printer. Was that me? That was me. Wife. Yes. Okay. Okay. So right now it says it is triggered. So let's change the I value back to, I think it's I1 right now. It's I0. Let's change it to I1. And save. Yes. Wait for it to come back.
Yeah, Ryan. The TH3D is basically it's an octocoupler. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing.
I don't see anything. What did Aaron say he thought it was? P3?
What he said he thought it was.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Says P3 selects an alternative Z probe similar to P1, but the control signal to the probe low. P6 is a P4 switch connected.
Okay, back. Hang on. There he is. Welcome back.
I don't know what happened there. Whatever.
We could try P3.
Yeah. So before you start trying stuff that I'm suggesting, I put a link in for what I was reading. And it's got a section that says end stop mapping. This is the Duet 3D something.com that I don't recognize. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, well, yeah, so the Duet 2 series end stop labels.
I may be way up.
Why do you think it's end stop 3 is E0?
Why do I think that? So that on the
But yeah, if I go here, Aaron, to the RepRap wiki, it says
Oh,
here that
wait.
4
Oh.
selects E0 pins.
Yeah, and this is probably more accurate than what I was looking at. So I'm just.
Well, no, it's the same. I mean, it's the same Duet thing. I think this is just the number. There are 12 end stops available to use, and the third end stop, technically the fourth, is E0.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anything else aside from this to use? So if I do P6, it uses the E1 end stop. If you do P7, it's connected to the Z end stop connector. P8 is the same as P5, but unfiltered. P9 is the same as P5. And retract every point. That's for BL touches P9. Pin here. Again, it's E1 then E0. If I look here, E1 then E0. That's on the right thing. I could try Z. That's the last one, right? That would be. Well, Ryan, the problem is I don't know how to wire it.
I think when you do an octocoupler, it basically is emulating a mechanical in switch. So I think it's just basically on or off.
Of course, all this is too.
Right, but a mechanical in switch is going to be.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as it is in a
it should be
here.
Yeah, you're right. It should be.
So, all right, we can give that a shot. I mean, what the hell? I'm here. So, all right, pull this out. Okay, and let me disconnect this here. So now I need to bring up the guide on how to wire the optocoupler because I never remember.
Well, and you've got the old ones too, don't you?
They're all the same. There's no difference.
Are they? Oh, okay.
So the only issue is that it needs 5 volts for it to go instead of the 3.3 that the end stop gives. But the Z end stop does have a 5. No, it doesn't.
Well, there's 5 volts off the panel do connector right next to it.
Well, I can't use that one. I have a different. I use this one right here off the expansion board.
Oh, okay.
So the panel do, that's for the LCD screen. If I
oh, you actually, that's right. I forgot you actually have the. I forgot you have.
Is that where you're hooking your screen up to?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't use that.
What'd you use?
I just used the ribbon cable.
Oh, so I did. So I read on their thing that there's an issue with the ribbon cable if you go up over 400 millimeters long, and I needed to be way longer than that.
I think the connector on the board is for like if you want to use the SD card from the. That's what I thought, but I don't know.
Well, that also is that, but they said the problem is that the signal can only go so far on that.
Oh,
huh?
Oh, maybe it's not that long actually. I don't know.
Shane's goes around the room twice.
Yeah, mine's pretty long.
My board is up here and the screen's down here. It has to be at least 1 meter long.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's long.
Yeah, Andrew's Duet, the Labyrinth of Duet configuration. Okay, so let me find. I have my optocoupler here. So
you look like Uncle Jesse. Do you get that a lot?
Aaron? Yeah.
Second person. Yep. Yeah. I have a more defined mohawk than he does.
Yeah, I think you're trying to look like him. No, I'm just kidding.
I at least get Demolition Ranch.
Yeah,
you get Demo Ranch. Yeah.
When he's a couple years younger.
Dude,
he's only a year older than me.
Video popped up on my feed from like 3 years ago, and I was like, "Oh, that is Shane."
So, all right, we're gonna have to do a wee bit of finagling to figure out how we're gonna do this here. I'm going to steal one of these guys to make this work properly. Let's see here. So we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna tie the 12 volt to the brown.
I can't be Uncle Jesse until I start buying resin printers.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll never do. I don't think I ever get a resin printer.
I'm in the same boat. I don't see myself getting one. Who knows? Maybe I will eventually, but current state, I doubt it.
It just seems like so effortless. It doesn't. There's no fun in it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't have the space for all that cleanup material and all the gear that goes along with it. I don't get
to keep the kids away from it.
Yeah, Shane, you haven't done much with your resin printers lately. What's we got?
Well, I just finished recording the video for the Anycubic Wash and Cure.
Nice. Those are like amazing looking when it comes to all the different options for wash and cure.
They're like $110 now. They're like really cheap.
Well, and it seems like they have way more features than the Prusa version, which is like what 12 times the price.
Well, and Prusa hasn't updated that. The SL1's been like stagnant forever. They're probably still selling them at $1,500 a piece. So why?
It's not the SL1. It's the Prusa Wash and Cure station.
No, I know, but that whole resin thing is kind of like dead in the water.
Oh yeah, it hasn't. Yeah. There's been no new versions.
The Anycubic resin printers just look
like on their 4th version or 4th printer now.
Yeah. The Anycubic resin stuff looks like the way to go, 100%. Like the prices and for what with the 4K or 2K or 4K whatever mono screens you can get on those things now, they look awesome.
Prusa needs to update everything, unfortunately.
I agree. I think they just came in at the wrong time.
Well, and like the SL1, I mean, he's probably still selling tons of them at $1,700. So who cares?
Well, yeah, and good on him if he is.
Yeah.
People will buy it. It's a Prusa product.
It says Prusa on it. It's going to get bought.
We might fix
he'll be the only one that doesn't buy it.
We might fix your printer with a Prusa part tonight. We don't know yet.
Well, again, we know that works, but I'd like to find a way to not, have to use that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I've got ground here. We're going to connect ground to here. And then we've got signal is here. And then I'm going to steal cable off of whatever I did with that other cable.
Mr. Moses is in the house.
Hey, thank you, Moses. How you doing, buddy? Steal this one here for the 5 volts. This is so quick and dirty, but if it works, take it. This goes into VCC. Where'd my screwdriver go? There it is. Make it orange.
Always make it orange. Whether it's Prusa or not, make it orange.
Okay, so we've got our 5 volts from here. And then we're going into signal and ground there. Okay, now we just need to actually hook up the sensor here. So signal wire needs to also get connected to ground. I need some wire. So just take a minute here. So we can use this one here. This should work. Two grounds. Screwdriver, there you are. 2 grounds go into signal and ground go there. Signal and ground. Just blue goes to ground. So blue goes to ground. Okay. And then brown goes to 12 volts. Brown goes to 12 volts. Tie that in here. You guys still there, or did I drop out?
Oh, you're still here? No, I think
Okay.
Steven jumped off for a
Now
second.
that I'm with somebody, I get worried like I dropped out because no one's talking.
Well, so I did a quick stream before yours. That's how my stream ended, with my S dropping out. Luckily, I was done.
I was like 2 minutes too late.
It's okay. It was really impromptu. I wanted to do it yesterday, but work was crap. Like, I was so pissed. I just wanted to get that project started. That's right. There's like 4 people on the stream. It's okay, though. I just wanted to get it started.
Why is this going so hot and heavy now?
Yep, Ryan was there. My buddy from the car club, who's been subscribed to my channel before it was a channel, was there because he's cool. And I forget his first name. Sergeant Kill from Technivorous' Discord showed up. He's a cool guy. I'm trying to get him to come over to your channel too. Oh, and Brandon showed up at the very end, just in time. just in time for my computer to lock up and drop the stream.
You said Fusion went locked up on you, and then you basically died.
Fusion was just eating up resources on my machine like crazy. It was. I don't know exactly what happened, but it didn't. My computer didn't completely lock up, but Fusion just ate up enough resources, and then the stream just said no thanks. But it's all right. We were wrapping up anyway. It was, I guess, the easy way to end the stream. I'll have to go back and watch to see where it actually cut off because I don't even know. I was just jabbering away.
But on bad internet days.
Yeah, which is, I think it's my PC. It's getting a hair long in the tooth, and I had too much stuff open for a stream. Honestly, it was kind of stupid.
You did what?
I had too much stuff open on it when I should for a stream. I should have.
Oh.
I think I was just eating up too much resources.
What were you streaming with, slobs or just straight up OBS?
Just straight up OBS.
The slobs is heavier.
It is a little heavier. It has some distinct features that are nice though.
Yeah.
I just don't like how hard it is to put the add-ons in it, and how I guess when I was looking at I have them both loaded up. OBS Studio just has so many more add-ins that are just free. That's really the only thing that made me decide to go with that one over slobs.
Nope, no soup.
Nothing, huh? Didn't light up? Damn it.
Oh, so that's with the optocoupler connected.
And you have the optocoupler connected to the standard ZN stop, right? Or did you connect it to E0?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You may have to switch your config back.
I got to change the config back.
Yep. Maybe.
Thank you.
That's assuming that'll fix it,
The P5. Well, right now it's looking at a different spot. So, and reboot.
Right. So that config, using G-code for config is just, I can't wrap my head around that one.
So I am understanding it better now, but again, what everyone was saying, especially like Jim, like the fact that I can just change it on the fly is pretty cool.
It is really cool.
So it's inverted, so I need to change it.
God, it's just so many. Yeah, it's. I think that's kind of why I've liked Clipper a little bit so far. Is that because it's very similar in the way you do it. I mean, it's just you go into a config and you change some code. The Clipper code seems more like code like I'm used to seeing for programming code, as opposed to being G-code commands. Did it go?
Works. Triggered? Not triggered.
No, I see. Oh, that's awesome.
Not triggered. Triggered? Not triggered.
Well, all right, Ryan can scroll a few 100,000 I told you so's now.
Okay, let's hold up. Let's see the final thing. If I hit and knock everything over. Oh my God. Okay, we got it. Hold yourself. Okay. All right, now if we do this.
Hey, non-fancy. Yep.
And I hit home. Is it actually going to home properly?
Oh.
No, it's going the wrong way.
Why? What?
Why are you going the wrong direction?
Wait, do that again. Because did it? See, this is what I was kind of talking about before. It jumps like you have it set to go down 20. I think it jumped up,
home.
Which tells me there's something backwards in that.
So the thing is that if I tell it to move, so if we go to control, where am I at here? Move Z -5.
So yeah, for sure. So that so obviously the motors are set right. The motors themselves don't need to be inverted.
That's +5. It's backwards.
+5. Yeah, that's right. It went down.
Down.
Yeah, so it's good.
But I went -5.
You went -5.
So it should have went up.
Yeah, it is backwards. Stupid Core XY.
So if I go into here and we go to drives and what's the drive number? So M569. So Control F, M569.
I don't trust these crazy Core XY machines.
The driver number. So Z is grab number 2. So here, P2, we need to change this to S0. Save changes. Yes. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay. Okay, so now if I tell -5, that goes the right way. All right, so if we go here and we hit home. That's why I still need to change that thing.
It's going the right way now, but yeah, your initial
move needs
20 millimeter pump needs to go the other way.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Yeah, dude, we got it. Optocoupler.
Yeah, Ryan was right.
Optocoupler, huh?
Yeah, bastard is right. Because that Z20 was right. I don't know why I was thinking backwards, but your thing is right. It should be Z20. So it's homing right now. It's slowly but surely moving up.
Yeah, you gotta change that.
I just did it. So next time I reboot. So does that take effect immediately if it does not say you need to reboot, or do you still need to reboot for it to take effect?
It should. It'll ask you to reboot if it. I mean, the only time if it doesn't ask you to reboot, then you should be good.
Okay.
Well, because it's just rolling out G-code commands, right?
Yeah.
It'll just roll out different G-code commands.
Yeah, those are all G-code commands. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude, it is. Duet is awesome, but
nice.
I understand why some people don't like it, but I love it.
I'm not going to say I love it.
You will when you start playing around with macros and see.
That's what I said at first when I was setting up Clipper. I was like, I don't love this. Now I do.
But some of the stuff you can do with the macros, like calling on other macros, I mean, you can make it just like a macro in Excel. You can make it do a bunch of automated stuff. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I don't like about it is the Duet guys, the David Crocker and all those guys. I mean, they're like rocket scientists or something. And all their stuff just seems overly complicated to understand and read. So, but
well,
so I'm gonna have to jump because my kids are hungry.
Okay.
But do you want to do the setup tomorrow, or what do you want to do?
No, we can do tomorrow because I need to rewire because it's very, very jank in the back right now. So
yeah, there you go. So clean all that up. Tomorrow we'll do the Z offset and get the bed probe set up. You're gonna love that, dude. It's so easy compared to Marlin.
Yeah, well, I'm happy I just don't need to reprint and do some like super janky looking adapter deal to make that happen. So
that Optocoupler is all you needed, huh?
That's all I needed, yeah. So I just need to redo the wiring here in the back to make it cleaner.
Yeah.
And then just hot glue that sucker into place, and then we're good to go.
Cool.
All right. I'm gonna jump off too. It's dinner time for me and the fam. So
can I use it?
You guys are all way over there.
Yeah, I'm a West Coaster.
Yeah, me too. So tomorrow I can do the same StreamYard link then. Or?
I'll send you a new one on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, that's it, everybody. I was able to get this working finally. Thank you to everybody that helped out. This was a blast. It only took 2.5 hours, but hey, at least we know how to get this working. You have to use an optocoupler when using an inductive probe on the Duet. So, yeah. Or you need to use that diode that we found in the other place, which who has that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining in. Steven, Aaron, thank you for hanging out. Catch you guys tomorrow night, Saturday night stream, and we'll get this going again.
Right on. See you, man.
See ya.